Right, ever wondered what happened to some of your former players? And find a player still playing but Christ above in a really obscure place. Arsenal, Alexander Kleb, FC Eintracht Minsk Rayon. Any remember Sanchez Watt? The Hackney-born centre-forward who peaked at 16 bastard years of age? This guy was spending his youth scoring for Arsenal League Cup wins. 11 years later, the man is still in his 20s and playing in the 9th tier of English football with Whalestone FC. You know when your club's biggest achievement was producing a 15-second viral clip of a pissed-off gremlin? That's when you know your club is tin pot. Well, let's talk about Alexander Kleb, a man who once left Arsenal to pursue his dreams of world stardom at Barcelona. Well, the Belarusian playmaker is now 38, and after the 18th transfer of his career, which included leaving Bate Borisov for a 6th time, he's slumming it with FC Eintracht Minsk Rayon out of back arse of Belarus. When this guy was signing for Arsenal, this club didn't even exist. Although, 7 consecutive promotions? Christ above. That's like seeing Bowers and Pitsy playing Premier League in 2027. Aston Villa, Milan Baros, Banik Ostrava. This is why you don't sign players off the back of international tournaments. I remember Milan Baros. Despite warming the Liverpool bench for Emil Heskey, he top scored at Euro 2004 with the Czech Republic, and then found himself linked to Real Madrid. Christ above, lads, this is a tournament that Greece won. Had you emptied half of their squad over clubs like Real Madrid, virtual peasants compared to the high-paid Galacticos, I'm pretty sure the president of the club would have rather drunk insect repellent. Barros is now 38 and into his 4th spell with homeland club Banik Ostrava out the back arse of Czech Republic. But he already left that club 3 goddamn times. Why do you keep taking him back? Chelsea, Michael ESSIEN, FC Sabail. Here we go, an African midfielder I do rate. This was another guy Sir Alex Ferguson tried to drag to Old Trafford to replace Roy Keane, and you know what? This would have been an actual dignified replacement. His career consists of European giants, largely stuffed in Jose Mourinho's coat pocket, and grinding with fitness staff. At 37, this lad is refusing to call it quits. He's out in Baku playing for FC Sabail in the Azerbaijan League. That's why he was at the Europa League final last May. Would be a bit weird if he sat on a 16-hour round trip to just watch his former club for no other reason. Would be like travelling halfway across the world to peer inside your ex-wife's house. Crystal Palace, EMMANUEL ADEBAYOR, Club Olimpia. You know what? I don't think EMMANUEL ADEBAYOR will ever retire. This is a man who loves money so much, he probably drinks a bowl of penny coins every morning. No doubt brushes his teeth with his goddamn wallet. His bathroom floor is probably coated with £50 notes. The bastard probably hasn't used toilet paper since 2006. I would imagine ever living in a world without a monthly paycheck probably terrifies this man to his very core, and would rather tear out his eyelashes than ever contemplate that thought. And so that's why he's playing for Club Olimpia out of the back arse of Paraguay at 36 years of age, partnering former Man City teammate Rocky Santa Cruz up front. These lads were passed in 2014. I can only imagine the state of that strike force in 2020. Everton, Joe, Nagoya Grampus. Speaking of former Man City centre forwards, remember Joe, an £80 million club record signing who very quickly looked like old news once the big money takeover went through. As a result, he spent a couple of loan spells at Everton. Fast forward 10 years, his halo hasn't dimmed. It's been chucked in a bin altogether. At the age of 33, this guy was supposed to be the next Ronaldo, not spending his twilight years in Japanese relegation battles at Nagoya Grampus. Liverpool, Brad Jones, Al Nasser. Remember Brad Jones, that former Liverpool bench-warming goalkeeper limited to just 11 first-team games? Where some former Liverpool reserve goalies have transformed into being one of the best shot stoppers in world football, this former Shelburne keeper is instead making a fat dollar in Saudi Arabia with Al Nasser. For a no-bark nobody, Jones can now say he's played in 7 different leagues. Not bad. Man City, Nigel de Jong, Al Shahania. Former players in obscure leagues. Well, I think a former £10 million player was recently playing in the Prison League, but no, Nigel de Jong, a man who himself should arguably be sent to jail for trying to decapitate human beings with a size 15s. Honestly, getting a tackle off him is like having a bowling ball chucked at your head. A man guilty for injuring my favourite player of all time, Hatem Ben Arfa, so for that, I hope de Jong spends the rest of his life standing on upturned plugs. Don't worry lads, if I ever get the chance to interview this man, I will spit in his mouth. Actually, that sounds like a different type of website. De Jong is 35 and no doubt being paid handsomely to hack down lads out the back arse of Qatar with Al Shahania. Man United, SHINJI, KAGAWA, Real Zaragoza. Okay, well I could touch on Bastian Schweinsteiger, or Nani making money in the MLS, or even Anders Lindegaard finally getting games back in Sweden with Helsingborg. But lads, what on earth is SHINJI KAGAWA doing in the Spanish second tier? The lad is only 31, was one of the most highly rated midfielders in Europe, tying up big money deals to Old Trafford. Why is he now battling for promotion with Real Zaragoza? It honestly does not make any sense. Anyway, that's the end of it lads. Let me know, were there any footballers I missed off the list? What players still playing in obscure areas do you know? Let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.